And hello, everybody, and welcome to the Breakaway. Well, last weekend the Juniors took on the Blades in a home-and-home series. And Friday night, the home set started very well for both teams. For Elite, it was another explosion, scoring 9 goals. They scored 3 in the first and 3 in the second, and 11 different players scored points, while 7 different players also had multi-point nights, including Cooper Hunt with 4. Bryson Erwig led the way, though, with a hat trick and 2 goals in the second and 5 points. It's been quite a year for him. He finished 12th on the team in scoring last year, and now he is 6th in overall scoring and 2nd in the league in goals. It was Florida's home opener, though, on Saturday. Not the greatest of efforts for the Juniors. They end up dropping that one 4-2 on the Elite side. For Premier, it was a very solid weekend. The teams would split goals in the first of that Friday night game, with Beau Cornier grabbing his 3rd. After Nelson grabbed his 4th of the year, the Juniors surrendered the lead by giving up 2 unanswered. However, then came the play of the game. It was Judd Ginther streaking down the wing. He had a man draped all over him, and he was able to cut towards the slot, and somehow in some way that puck slipped into the net pass. It would give Tampa Bay it would tie the game at 3, beg your pardon, and then Tampa Bay would score 3 in the third, including one by Ryan Behula, who had a big weekend. He scored 2 on Saturday as the Juniors cruised to a 5-4 win. John Heller went 1 goal, 2 assists, and 3 points, while Art Kandikov also grabbed his first in the USPHL. And like I said, it was the Ryan Behula show. He scored twice in under 45 seconds in that second period. Matthew Vaskevich had the game winner 28 seconds into the third, and Connor Nelson had 3 assists, racking up his point total. And so now, once again, here to talk about it all, head coach Garrett Strot. Well, how are we doing this week, Garrett?
Hi, Christian. Good to be here.
Good. So let's start with the lead. It was good to see the offensive explode like it was after the showcase.
Yeah, I mean, on Friday night, we really came out, and we actually played a lot of energy and got all over right away and pumping in 9 goals. So, but it was good to see the guys get a little bit of an outburst after that weekend.
Now, I know we talked about Urig, beg your pardon, last week, but how can you not talk about him? He scored 4 goals and had 6 points last weekend. Seems to be having a breakout year. What's it been like watching him come up through the system?
Yeah, no, he's done a fabulous job. I mean, he works at it. He works hard in the offseason, and he works hard on his shot. And he said he's averaging, I think, a goal a game. And he's the type of player, though, we needed to step up to another level for this elite team to be really successful, and he certainly has done that.
Now, so I know it's early, but is there any concern with the inconsistency with Elite? They're kind of up one night, down the next.
You hit it right on the nose. It's early. I mean, we went, after scoring 9, we went the next day, and I think they all thought they were just going to walk through it, and they pummeled us the first period. I think they outshot us like 19-4, but that was a good lesson for our guys this early in the year. It's like you can't take a night off in this league. That's what makes it so good, and and you can't have the attitude that you can just walk in and beat somebody, because then you're going to get beat, and that's what they found out on Saturday.
Well, talking about getting pummeled with shots, it's the first time we got to see Daniel Broski between the pipes. Tell us what you saw from him.
A lot of acrobatic saves. We were, to be honest with you, we weren't really sure what to expect, but he played really well, I thought. That first period, he had faced like 19 shots, and he had a few saves that we were all just kind of looking at each other like, whoa, it was pretty good. But he's a good athlete. He's very athletic, so he was able to get some of those saves just because of his athleticism.
Now on to Premier. How good does it feel to see them grab their first back-to-back wins of the season after, again, a rough showcase in Raleigh?
Well, I thought we played really well defensively in both games. We didn't give the Blades a lot, and all the lines are chipping in. So I was really happy with both games at Friday and Saturday that Premier played, just the way they played and the way they played defensively.
Now, surprisingly, or not surprisingly, either way you look at it, Premier doesn't have a top 20 scorer. What's it like, and how does it feel to be getting those contributions equally throughout the lineup?
Yeah, and that's not a bad thing, because we do have 4 pretty equal lines. I mean, there's nights, I think all 4 lines have scored almost every game, so one team can't just shut down one line and stuff. So we're getting some good scoring from everywhere, and including actually on defense too. So we've been getting a lot of goals and assists from our defensemen. So it's been I think everybody on Premier actually has a point already this year, which is very rare.
Yes. Now, Ryan Behula, we talked about Urig, Bahula, he got 3 goals this weekend. What's it like to see him jump in the offensive show? He didn't get off to a fiery start the first couple games, but he's really tacked it on recently.
Yeah, it takes a little bit of adjustment, but he's a good player, and it didn't take him long to really get adjusted, and we expected him to come in and produce right from the elite team. He had such a big year last year, but it's just his development from 2 years ago to last year, and to seeing the difference in him, that he really seamlessly made an easy transition to Premier this year.
And now you travel up to Atlanta this weekend. Talk about what your biggest challenges will be up there.
Atlanta's always a tough play. We seem to have a tough time playing in that rink, and it's about a 6.5-hour bus ride and that. But they always give us a good challenge every year, and they always make some additions and changes. So I expect them to probably have a little bit different team than what they even had at the showcase, and so I expect both teams are going to have some tough games.
Now, their elite sits in 4th while their premier sits in last place. But again, you took the words right out of my mouth. It seems like it's never an easy game against them. Talk about the challenges and the differences of playing against a team that's as physical as them as opposed to playing a team with more speed.
That is a big thing for them, and that's probably one reason they give us some fits, because they do play physical, and we like to play with a lot of skill and move the puck and a lot of speed, and they do a good job of slowing us down. So, and they're real structured defensively. And so they really lock down on us really good. So we got to just overcome that, and we just got to fight through that stuff and use our speed to our advantage and get on loose pucks first against them.
Well, awesome. Thank you very much. You can catch the Tampa Bay Juniors live on Hockey TV. Garrett, thanks for joining us week in and week out.
Kristen, sounds good. We'll talk to you next week.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Coach Strot. Man, I'm full of mistakes tonight, but we're going to chug along here. Figure this is a good time to mention to come on out to Top Shelf Sports Lounge here above our lovely home and Advent Health Center ice. I recommend getting those Ybor egg rolls, some of my favorite. They are very, very good. So now we would like to welcome in our 2 premier players for today, Tim Ruff and Connor Nelson. Well, hey, boys. How we doing tonight?
Good. How are you?
Good. Connor, we'll start with you. You had a pretty good weekend. Take us through what you thought about those 2 games against the Blades.
Well, I thought I thought we played pretty well. Both games were hard games. They were pretty close all the way through to the end, and I think our defensive play and our penalty kill really helped us win at least that second game. And goals scored were great goals, good hard-fought goals, and we pulled it out.
Tim, any thoughts?
I agree with everything he said. Like, we all worked together. We didn't give up. We just played through it.
Now, talk about, going back to the beginning here where we lined. What got you guys into hockey?
So for me, honestly, my uncle, he's from Connecticut. He got me into hockey. He thought it would be funny if I knew how to ice skate down in Florida because I'm born in Tampa. So I got into ice skating, and while I was doing a learn to skate, AA hockey coach asked if I want to try it out, and so I just went with it and fell in love with it.
Finds it funny that people skate in Tampa. He must be a Rangers fan.
He is.
Yeah. Connor, what about you?
My dad was born in Toronto, and he's a Canadian, so he was big in hockey, and so he just kind of passed it down to me and got me into the sport, and I've loved it ever since.
Did you get to visit Toronto a lot?
A couple of times. I have family up there. We go up to Toronto, visit them, and then hit the Hockey Hall of Fame and the city, and it's beautiful.
Now, Tim, we talked about your uncle thinks it's funny that people ice skate down in Tampa. What's it like growing up in a place like this and taking hockey so seriously?
It's actually always funny because especially when we play out of state, they all ask where are your teams from, and whenever I say Tampa, their always slogan is there's ice down there, and honestly, hockey's been growing big, even with the Tampa Bay Lightning winning the Cup. That really helps a lot, and just helping a lot of kids get to learn the sport and potentially try it out. It's just a fun game to play.
Now, you're a Lightning fan, right?
Oh, huge Lightning fan.
Yeah. What was it like seeing them not only race the Cup once, but then get the back-to-back?
Honestly, it was an unreal feeling. I can't describe. It was just, yeah, it's cool they won it once, but to win it back-to-back, it was unreal.
Yeah, all those posers that think it's fake because of the $18 million over the cap, they're a bunch of posers. Connor, on the flip end, hockey's real big in Minnesota. Tell us about, what it's like playing where it's so big and such a part of everyday life.
Well, you can't really go very far without talking about hockey or meeting somebody that you played hockey with. And growing up, there was different struggles with playing in your association or your city, basically. And if you didn't stay there, it was difficult to kind of get a name for yourself. But there's always other places to play, different leagues, different opportunities, and you can always grow as a hockey player, and you meet a lot of really great people, and that helps you further in life.
So, like you were saying, with so many different places to play in Minnesota, what made you come down to the Sunshine State?
Well, I played in the Red and Black League, and I met the owner, Brian Hansen, and both of his sons played down here and for the junior team, and he said great things about it, made the connection between us and Garrett and Brett, and it was great from there. I mean, there was really no doubt about the off-ice and the way they produce players, and the level of play down here seems really good too.
Now, have you gotten out to see Tampa at all? What's the best part about living down here, where it's not so freaking cold all the time?
Well, I would say the opposite. I mean, it's really hot down here, and that gets me getting used to. But it's lovely. I mean, I have no regrets about coming down here, and I haven't been out in Florida a lot. But I just love the weather and being able to wear shorts and a T-shirt to the rink every day.
I need to take him to the beach. I think that's what he's
yes.
trying to
Oh,
say.
you haven't been to the beach yet?
Not yet.
Oh.
Lots of hockey.
Oh, come on. You're missing out on some of the
I'll
best
bring him
beaches
to
in the country.
Clearwater.
Yes.
I'll get him.
Oh, that's the big touristy one, too.
I know. Yeah.
All the spring breakers go to that one.
Oh, yeah.
You guys play any other sports growing up, or was it just hockey?
So for me, I played actually I played basketball. I've played football, soccer, baseball, cross country. So I pretty much tried everything. Like, I'm a huge sports guy, so I just like to try everything. And my two main sports were obviously hockey and baseball. But then, I just quit baseball, just tried to focus on hockey.
Well, what position did you play at baseball?
So I was third base, center field.
Oh, okay. So
A little bit of both.
You still got that cannon?
Not anymore. My I threw a baseball actually like about a week ago. It's not that my shoulder's a little sore.
No, right? I was throwing the other day with my old man, and man, you throw the ball a couple times, you're like, oh man, I'm doing good, and then all of a sudden you're like, man, my shoulder hurts.
Yeah.
Connor, what about you?
I've played hockey. I mean, hockey's mainly my only sport, but I played a little bit of lacrosse, and I just love watching other sports and trying different sports out just with friends and everything.
Now, what's the transfer like from hockey to lacrosse? Because that gets talked about a lot.
It's very similar. I mean, it's basically just in the air kind of hockey. You have a stick, there's a ball, there's nets. I mean, it's very, very similar.
Now, Tim, I hear you golf quite a bit. Who's the best golfer on the team, and who's the worst?
Oh, so I hear a lot of good things about Ginther. Apparently, he's a big golfer guy. Last time I went out, I teamed up on him because, expecting to win, and he didn't have the best game. But I did hear he's pretty good, so I would say Ginther is probably the best golfer. And the worst golfer, I mean, I got to say Walker. I'm sorry, Walker, but yeah, he loves it. He works at a golf course. He's trying to get better, but, he's not there yet.
It's funny. Like, I am not a good golfer by any stretch of the imagination. It's funny, people that work at golf courses, they never seem to be good at golf unless they work inside the pro shop. I also hear you and Jorge golf quite a bit. And we'll get to have his take on this later, but who's out there winning the rounds between you and Jorge?
I have beat Jorge every single time. No, but he's getting there, though. Maybe one day. One day?
All right. Any club tossers? I get real mad, especially when I've been out there while it's hot. Socializing. I get all that. Toss the club in the air. Any club tossers on the team?
Honestly, I don't know. For the most part, we all try to keep her cool because right when you get mad, then you start going downhill. So we all trying to keep her cool pretty much. So.
Connor, what about you? What do you do outside of the ring?
Well, I would like to start golfing more. I got to get my clubs down here and go out with some of the guys and show off how bad I am. But Outside of the hockey rink, just playing other sports. I mean, we've been to the basketball court down at Saddlebrook a couple of times. I love going down there.
Oh, yeah, how's that?
That's awesome. It's super fun to play with the guys down there and just play a different sport for once.
Now, we haven't talked about Saddlebrook yet on anything we've done when we should have, because a lot of you guys live down there. How cool is it to have pretty much half the team within like a stone's throw of you, and you tennis, basketball, big pool? What's that like?
So I don't live there, but I visit there quite often, and just all the boys like in the same, I guess you call it condo-ish. Play video games, got, like he said, go to the basketball courts, the pool. It's just really nice just having a lot of things like right near you. Like, it's just really cool. And plus being together with the boys just makes it even better.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I can't beat that. So, we've got a big game coming up. Now, I found out about 3 minutes ago that you were a Yankees fan. And my friend, I am very sorry that you're a Yankees fan from Tampa. How does it feel to be watching from the sidelines as the little teeny tiny Rays are in the playoffs and the Yankees are sitting at home?
Like I said, even though I am a Yankees fan, I still got a soft spot for the Rays. They're the hometown heroes. They've been playing great, so I wish them best of luck, and they are looking pretty good, so I expect them to do great things.
They are really good. You have redeemed yourself with that answer, so we'll start back both ways with you. Rays or Red Sox?
I'll have to go with the hometown team Rays.
Oh, thank
love
God. He said Red Sox.
Okay, so now we always end on a silly one. You get two answers for this, okay? Who on the team would you let date your daughter, and who wouldn't you let date your daughter?
So two people I would and wouldn't?
Or you can just pick one, either
okay,
or.
well, you want to throw this
Well,
one?
I have my answer. I wouldn't let this guy date my daughter. Tim, I
He's a
don't
player,
know.
huh?
If I'm respecting Tim, I'd have to say Jackson Studebaker. He's a big player.
Oh, look at that.
He actually showed up here to watch it. That's awesome.
Tim?
This is a hard one. I would have to go with Chadwell.
Chadwell?
go with
He
Parker
seems
Chadwell.
pretty
I'll-
responsible, cool-headed.
I'll let him, yeah. But who I wouldn't, probably, Studebaker, that's a good one. I gotta go with Ginther. I would not
Ginther?
let, nope.
Alrighty, boys. Well, thank you for joining us very much, and
Thank
we'll
you.
hopefully have you back on soon.
Thank you
Appreciate
very
it.
much.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Christian.
guys.
Thank you.
Wow, while they get out of here and we get our next group ready, the penalty kill equipment spray helps kill off bacteria and fungus, and it also has essential oils that makes it smell great and is safe on the hands. Go to www.bodytrick.com and use the promo code #TBJ to order any Body Trick product and get a free travel size bottle. Well, now we've talked about them a lot as well. Please welcome to the Breakaway James George and Cooper Hunt. That middle seat always gives everybody issues.
It's just him, honestly. Okay.
So, James, tell us about the family. They still living up north? What are they doing
Oh,
up
yeah,
there?
they're up north still, definitely.
What do they do for a living?
My dad is a engineer, and my mom is a real estate agent with my aunt.
Nice.
So it's just fun.
Explains
Nice.
why you got a Porsche, huh?
Let's simmer down here, buddy, all right? We'll push that subject later.
All right.
So, what brought you down here to Tampa?
So I was up in Stansted, Canada, for boarding school, and honestly, I was going to go to University of Tampa because I just love the school, and unfortunately, they didn't have a team. So I actually met Tim at a Quinnipiac camp a couple of years ago, and I texted him, and we reconnected, and then I found out that he plays for the TBJ, and I was like, "Do they have an extra spot?" And he was like, "Yeah." So coach brought me in, and loved it ever since.
Wow, way to mention that, Tim. Didn't even
Yeah,
didn't even bring it up.
Didn't even give any credit, huh?
He's too busy eating.
No,
So that's interesting. UT didn't have a team at that time?
no, unfortunately, they had a team, but with COVID, weren't playing any games because it was tough to travel.
So I know you do go to UT now.
Yeah.
What do you study?
I'm in finance, actually.
Finance.
Yeah.
So you're a big math guy.
A little bit, yeah. A little bit, yeah. Depends.
Well, what do you mean? Explain.
So honestly, I don't know. Like I'm in calculus for business now, and
How's that going,
it's getting tough. It's getting pretty tough. Cooper can tell.
Anything with like calculus, it sounds like it sucks.
Yeah.
So Cooper, you're a native of Frisco, Texas.
Absolutely.
Gotta ask, is everything really bigger in Texas?
You know, they don't say that for no reason. So, yeah.
So tell us what hockey's like in Texas, where really football is king.
I mean, obviously it's a small sport, especially in Texas. But you got one team in Houston, then you got the Dallas Metroplex has about 6 or so teams. And it's pretty much AA hockey until you get to the Dallas Stars Elite. That's the one AAA organization there. And it gets pretty competitive, and usually a couple teams will make it to nationals out of Texas.
So being that there's only like say 7 or 8 teams, is it a pretty close-knit community?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, everybody really knows everybody, and you'll have a lot of kids playing for each other, and it's just close-knit community over there in Texas.
So assuming you like football, you're from Texas. Who doesn't like football in Texas? Who's your favorite team?
I mean, come on, it's got to be the Cowboys, you know?
God, here we go.
What are you thinking about Dak Prescott? He's been pretty fantastic since he came back from that ankle injury.
Making a comeback, making a statement for MVP. So
absolutely, I was nervous with the Bucs. Jorge, you a big football guy?
Yeah, I'm a Giants fan, unfortunately.
Oh boy. You know what?
You have the best of both worlds here, honestly.
You could be a Jets fan. It could be a lot worse.
That is true, yeah. They are pretty bad.
Is it that much worse?
Yeah, sucks. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yeah, they're honestly one of the worst teams that I've ever seen in my life.
So, I know, just asked him, so we got to get your take on it, too. Is he really beating you up on the golf course?
Yeah, he beats me from time to time.
From time to time?
Yeah, I've almost thrown a couple clubs at him. We'll see.
Oh, I see you told me there were no club tossers. He was right here the whole time.
He was close.
He was close?
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just messing around. But
so, what do you guys? Do you guys go to Saddlebrook often? What do you guys like to do with the boys?
So we actually used to play at Bahula's golf course for free, because he was he worked at
Big
what
Moose?
was it? It was St. Pete Country Club. So we just played for free all the time, and then he quit, unfortunately. So we've been kind of moving from course to course now.
Ever since?
Trying to find something that we really like.
Yeah, Walker's golf course is pretty nice. I've gone there a couple times because I, too, used to work at a golf course, and all my teammates were like, hey, we're going to come play at your course for free.
I did it last year,
What's your go-to course?
Well, the one I worked in New York is Hempstead Golf and Country Club. So I played there for free, and I loved it so much. It's so nice there.
Did you get a lot of tips?
Oh, yeah, a lot.
What'd you do?
What? I was a caddy.
So
a caddy?
Yeah, so I carried everyone's bag around.
See, we don't even have caddies around here very much.
Yeah, I know.
It's all golf courts.
There's only one place that has caddies. I think it's Old Memorial. So it's pretty cool.
Huh.
Yeah.
So, let's see. We'll get to the silly one now.
All right, sounds good.
I think I'm going to know your answer to at least one of these ones. So who on the team would you let date your daughter, and who wouldn't you let date your daughter?
Oh, I'm going first?
Oh, yeah, you're going first.
All right. Probably to date my daughter, I'd probably say Coop, honestly.
Cool.
Yeah, I know, big
He's
shocker.
he's sitting right next to you, too. You got to be careful.
But I'm picking at a very select group here.
Hey, it's an honor. It is. It really is.
You're welcome.
It's an
You're
honor.
very welcome. And probably not to date my daughter would be either Creighton or Bryson.
Really?
Bryson.
I got it wrong. I thought you were going to say somebody else. Why?
Who did you think I was going to say?
I thought you were going to say Duhame. You guys pick
him
on
too.
Duhame a lot. Yeah.
No, we'll leave Duhame alone.
That's all right.
Yeah.
He had a big weekend.
Yeah.
Well, talk to us about the Blades last week. What did you guys think? How'd you feel out there?
I didn't play.
Well, I mean, we came out strong the first game. What was it, 9-3, something like that?
Yeah, it was 9-3.
Feeling good, and I think it was the bus ride. We were kind of getting cocky into the second game and didn't go our way. So, unfortunately, you got to move on, put it past you, and got big weekend this weekend. So.
Hey, and you're going to give it a second chance at this because you are still part of the team, and when you're in the press box sometimes, you get a different perspective. So what was it like seeing that from a different angle?
Well, I was home in New York, so I was watching on Hockey TV, but the boys came out flying in the first period, and here at Advent Health Center Ice, and they were playing really well the whole game. And then, unfortunately, in the second game, I guess that momentum really didn't carry over, and I guess maybe the boys weren't as prepared as they were.
Just
But,
came out flat.
Yeah, really. Looked, we had trouble in the first period. They had a lot of penalties, which kind of killed us.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's tough to score goals when you're on the PK all the time. So they had to kill those off, and that's when the Blades put a couple in on us, and it was tough.
All right. And then we'll end on a funny one, too, because I like to end on silly questions. We'll bring one back. Who wins TBJ Survivor episode?
Oh, God.
Me first?
No,
And-
you
and
first,
why?
You first. You first.
Who wins a TBJ Survivor episode? That's a tough one.
There's a lot that goes into Survivor, too. Like, it's not just,
Oh, yeah.
brute strength.
Yeah.
You know, you got to be willing to slide
Honestly,
somebody under
It's
the
got to be
bus every so
smart,
often.
too. It's
This-
got to be
yeah.
smart, yeah.
This might come as a shocker, but I think I'm going to go Spinella.
Spinella,
Yeah.
okay.
I think he's crafty. He's intelligent. He's calm under pressure, and I think he gets it done.
He
Survivor
seems like
games.
really sneaky, too.
Yeah.
Like, he really
Yeah.
gets around.
I think
what
he
about
gets
you?
it done.
Ooh, this is tough. Honestly, I'd have to say Nash.
Nash
Definitely.
Cobbs.
Yes, Nash.
Is it because of the horses?
Yeah, basically, yeah. That kid, like, every time he calls me, he's always doing something weird. Like, he told me he was digging a trench once. He was like, I'll call you back. I'm digging a trench. I was like, all right. So, Nash, definitely for sure.
Hey, that's a huge farm out there.
Yep.
Maybe you need some trenches.
Yeah.
All righty, gentlemen. Well, hey, thank you very much for joining us,
Thank
and
you.
we'll look forward to watching you guys this weekend.
Thank
Sounds
you.
Good. Thank you.
All righty, well, that'll do it for episode 3 of The Breakaway. Make sure to follow us on all our social media outlets at TB Juniors. Do a lot of good work. Thanks to my great social media coordinators, Aubrey Moore and Kayla Deegan. And on behalf of everybody here, we want to wish you adieu. Be sure to watch the Tampa Bay Juniors on Hot Hockey TV Saturday and Sunday in Atlanta. And once again, thank you to Top Shelf Sports Lounge for hosting us. And we will see you guys next week. You've been watching The Breakaway. Good night, everybody.